Welcome to Global Feed. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. A new chill has swept across American travel. Not from the weather, but from a sweeping policy change that's sending shockwaves through airports and embassies worldwide. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act, signed in summer 2025, now slaps a $250 visa integrity fee on nearly all non-immigrant visa applicants, regardless of their reason for visiting. This isn't a minor tweak. It's a game changer for millions hoping to visit, study, or work in the US. Suddenly, a dream trip or a long-awaited academic opportunity feels just out of reach. The fee stacks on top of already rising application costs, hitting everyone from tourists to students and skilled workers. For many, it's a financial hurdle that can't be ignored. For families from countries like Brazil, India, or Mexico, that's an extra $1,000 for a family of 4, before booking flights or hotels. The cost of simply applying now rivals the price of a round-trip ticket. The policy's timing is baffling. Global travel is still recovering, and America is struggling to regain its pre-pandemic tourism share. Businesses that depend on international visitors are left waiting for crowds that may never return. While other countries are making it easier to visit, the US is raising barriers, sending a message that visitors aren't entirely welcome. The contrast is stark, and travelers are taking notice. The result? Shock and dismay ripple through international communities, with travel plans canceled and ambitions reconsidered. Families are separated, students are forced to rethink their futures, and business deals are put on hold. America's image as a land of opportunity is being replaced by one of bureaucracy and financial hurdles. The symbolism of the Statue of Liberty now stands in stark contrast to the reality at the border. This isn't just a fee, it's a fundamental shift in how the US greets the world, and it's changing the way people everywhere think about coming to America. The big question: will this new barrier do lasting damage to America's reputation as a top travel destination, or will the country find a way to welcome the world once again? The administration claims the fee will restore integrity to the immigration system by deterring visa overstays. Supporters say a hefty upfront cost will motivate visitors to follow the rules and leave on time. But here's the catch: over 98% of visitors already comply, so the fee punishes the many for the actions of a few. Critics argue that someone determined to overstay won't be deterred by $250, but legitimate tourists and students might be. The fee looks less like a security measure and more like a revenue grab, projected to raise $29 billion over a decade. By branding it as an integrity fee, the government gives it a security gloss, but in reality, it's a steep tax on travel. Millions who play by the rules will pay, while the real problem of overstays remains largely unaddressed. The policy's logic is shaky, and its impact deeply unfair. The financial shock of the new fee is matched only by the confusion surrounding its rollout. For travelers, the announcement came with little warning and even less explanation. Many found themselves scrambling for answers, only to be met with silence or conflicting information from official sources. Months after the law's passage, embassies and consulates still can't say when or how the fee will be collected. Staff are left fielding endless questions, but with no clear guidance, they can only offer vague reassurances or direct people to check back later. The biggest headache? The so-called refund mechanism, which was supposed to make the fee less painful. In theory, visitors get their $250 back if they leave on time. But there's no system, no website, no form, and no process for refunds. The government has yet to provide any timeline or even basic instructions, leaving applicants in the dark. With many visas valid for up to 10 years, the idea of waiting a decade for a refund is laughable. Some wonder if the money will ever be returned at all, or if it's simply lost in bureaucratic limbo. Most experts now say, treat the fee as non-refundable. The lack of clarity has led to widespread skepticism and frustration among applicants. This turns a supposed deposit into a de facto tax, adding distrust to the already complex visa process. For many, it feels like yet another hurdle in an already daunting journey. Employers, universities, and travel agents are left in limbo, unable to advise on true costs. They worry about losing talent, students, and clients who might simply give up. The result is paralysis and frustration. with America's image as a reliable destination taking a hit. The uncertainty is driving some to look elsewhere for opportunities. The confusion itself has become a barrier, one as real as the fee. For many, the process now feels like a gamble, with no guarantee of fairness or transparency. For many, the process is now too unpredictable to bother applying at all. The dream of visiting or working in the US is slipping further out of reach. Beyond policy debates, the real cost is personal, felt by families and students worldwide. These are not just numbers on a government spreadsheet. They are real people with hopes, plans, and dreams, now forced to make difficult choices. Imagine a family from Colombia, saving for years to visit Disney World, now priced out by an extra $250 in fees. For many, this isn't just a vacation lost. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity slipping away, despite years of careful planning and sacrifice. International students, already facing steep tuition and application costs, must now pay even more, making the US less attractive compared to Canada, the UK, or Australia. For some, this fee is the tipping point that forces them to look elsewhere, changing the course of their education and future. The fee doesn't just hit tourists, it strains family ties too. Parents and children, siblings and spouses are kept apart by costs that feel insurmountable. Grandparents hoping to visit for a birth, or families attending weddings, now face a new financial hurdle. Important milestones and family moments are missed, leaving emotional gaps that money can't fill. These aren't luxury trips. They're essential journeys that connect loved ones across borders. For many, these visits are about maintaining bonds and sharing life's most important events. The policy creates a two-tier system: easy entry for wealthy, visa waiver countries, costly, confusing barriers for everyone else. It deepens the divide between those who can afford to visit and those who cannot. America's welcome now depends on your ability to pay. The dream of visiting the US is no longer about curiosity or connection, but about financial privilege. The result? Canceled trips, deferred dreams, and a quiet erosion of America's global appeal. The ripple effects are felt in empty hotel rooms, quiet campuses, and missed opportunities for cultural exchange. The fee isn't just a number, it's a tax on human connection. It's a barrier that separates families, friends, and future leaders from the experiences that shape lives, and it's changing who gets to experience America, reshaping the nation's image, one denied visa at a time. The U.S. travel industry is sounding the alarm. Leaders like Jeff Freeman of the U.S. Travel Association warn the fee undermines efforts to rebuild international tourism. With major events like the 2026 FIFA World Cup and 2028 Olympics on the horizon, the timing couldn't be worse. Fans from key countries may stay home, costing hotels, restaurants, and attractions millions. Economists argue any revenue from the fee will be dwarfed by lost spending from deterred visitors. International travelers spend more and stay longer. Losing just one family can mean thousands in lost revenue. The policy is seen as winning a small fee, but losing billions in tourism dollars. The backlash isn't just economic, it's about principle. Years of partnership between industry and government are being undone by a single punitive measure. The feeling is one of frustration and despair, as decades of progress are threatened by short-sighted policy. The industry's message: this fee is a costly mistake. As if the visa fee weren't enough, the same law slashed Brand USA's marketing budget from $100 million to just $20 million. Brand USA, the nation's voice to global travelers, is now nearly silenced, just when it's needed most. The cut means no major campaigns in key markets like India and Brazil, leaving the field open to competitors. Political turmoil within the organization has only made things worse, with half the board abruptly fired. The result: Brand USA can't counter negative headlines or promote the US for upcoming global events. The world will hear less about America's wonders, and more about its bureaucracy and expense. By gutting its own marketing, the US is whispering its invitation while rivals shout from the rooftops. The silence will be costly. The economic pain is already real. In New York, tour operators report bookings from South America down 40%. Families canceling trips over the new fees. In the Midwest, Landlords and local businesses feel the pinch as international students back out, citing cost and confusion. In Orlando, hotels are laying off staff as international bookings dry up. Real jobs lost, real families affected. The fee isn't stopping overstays, it's stopping legitimate visitors, students, and families. The ripple effect is empty hotel rooms, lost jobs, and a battered reputation. In trying to fix a small problem, the US may have created a much bigger one. The question now, can America afford the cost of closing its doors?